with skateboarding, there becomes the added piece of failure isn't just I didn't do it, is it potentially you fall off, you could get hurt. Like, there's another element, so it's commitment.
You know, skateboarders are always talking about finding their line. They want to practice their line, they're always perfecting it, they're always trying to like create a new one. If you're just watching skateboarding videos but you're not a skateboarder, you wouldn't understand that.
Yeah. Having the board flip in the air with your feet and then you landing back on it is pretty crazy. But then to be able to spin or flip and then do the same thing or down the stair over this thing that you didn't think you can really jump on, but you got the right momentum from the wheels and moving. And then like music, like the jazz part, everybody has their own instruments, but it's like innovating at the same time and then like finding a smooth sound that like works together. It's pretty dope.
And then there's the idea of just like the distinct sounds of skate. Like as we kind of embrace skate, like the different surfaces, the sounds, when you watch a video, there's specific key sounds of different tricks.
Grinds too.
Yeah.
Man, when you hear a grind, you're like, oh, that's a sweet sound.
The progression of skateboarding from like the 90s to 2000s, the distinction there was that in the 2000s they started focusing on like the psychology of skateboarding. Skateboarding helps kids learn think critically and like build connections with people that they like normally wouldn't learn in maybe their environment.
Companies who had millions of dollars per year, quarter sales in skateboards went to going out of business. And then you have this new wave of like the psychological aspect, the mental health, the transportation, the activity that then allowed people to kind of get back into into the sport.
The surf to skate story is the most popular one that's told. From the little things that we've picked up, it's like the New York style of skating was always street skating because they're always skating the architecture, and then the California style of skating was just the more like mainstream version, I guess, where they would do vert skating and like build these crazy ramps, and like it was a huge show. People were spotted in the 50s and skating in DC, and like I read an article about somewhere else on the East Coast where it was based on like, oh, they were just taking the tops of rollerblades off and attaching a board to it, and that was there. You know what I mean? So I was like, you start reading all these stories and you're like, wow, that's really interesting. It really didn't start in California because of surfing. That's just like a very well packaged story.
I think I found a picture online and it's not just all like white skaters, I mean surfers. Mm-hmm. It was like black surfers and everything that were still good and just didn't get the same exposure.
What we were immediately able to grasp onto the quickest is like, oh, skateboarders are like the biggest critiques of architecture. That was one of the perspectives, like actually they might be the best architecture critics out there. They kind of teach us like how things wear down, like what materials aren't going to last. It's like, this is just how people are always going to use public spaces, so like why are we hating on them so much?
It was one where it was saying like skaters are the closest, besides probably the people that built the building, are the closest to in the mind of like the architect, because they're like filling the spaces and like the intention of like the lines and everything that was built with it.
When you skate, you experience and you see things so differently. Like you're looking for a smooth surface to go skate, or you're like, oh wow, the angle of these bricks makes it easier to skate than if there's a line this way. So you're just going on, you're noticing things, because when you walk, you don't feel the small indentions of like this granite or like these pebbles, but when you skate you feel everything.
This has a variety of color combinations.
Sure.
Sure. So there are actually some negative logos on this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's right. I love product development. That's what was fun, to learn about it and then find people who were very much interested in it. And I found one man, he was so good. He's now in LA.
What's that?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones. I have since learned more about fingerboarding. You can see my error. You hit your trucks on that.
The only sculptures that are really going in here right now are the small SB ones, and those could almost line the wall that you before. So we could even put it in the middle of this space.
Okay, good. Purchase. Yes.
Back area, we're calling it the pink room. So this will have some like acrylic on there, and then also like SB culture type stuff. So everything that we've rented from SB we'll put in here. There's also the possibility that skateboard to scale ramp could be in here as well. That music kind of experience that's interactive is gonna go here, that Ezra is working on. So that'll go under the steps, and we just need to allow like 2 feet for people to be able to interact with it. So outdoors, we're gonna shut down this block from Davis to kind of halfway down to this area. We'll have Skate Like a Girl holding their skate sessions. On that end, we're envisioning the food carts and food for sale there, and porta potties.
My question was, I wasn't sure if one, do I need to go through it, but if y'all are, then
I mean, I'm
I'll
down to
accept
just
that.
order the sound spot, you know, I can just do that. Because we have 4 PA speakers just at Wyden already with 2 subs. And I can get it figured out where we probably don't even need to rent anything.
All right.
The only thing that we would need to rent would be lights.
Okay.
So that's where
Where did your bodega idea really come from?
The whole skate scene with like the New York vibe, so the kids would go skate and then they'll be skating all day and then need something to drink or some snacks to keep themselves going. So stop at the corner store. So we go there, tap plastic, and they don't really have our order yet. So they pulled this one sheet and then we got it in the back and we can basically test and see how it looks. But that's about it. We can't finish the wall.
So we'll space, what we've done is we've run a string at our rough slope to make sure we have the right, and then we'll put these in there and then adjust, and then we can move these to create swoops through, or these can go in and out and up and down on these. So the idea is to create something that we could make easily adjustable, but like kind of uniform and a little less like tape and hot glue. So Rich is the creator of this baby. But each color is a different instrument.
But it goes faster and then it has like a good weight for it to like move around. Because these are too light and then sometimes they would just jump off the track.